Chessington World of Adventures is one of the UK's most unique and beloved attractions. Unlike most theme parks, it isn't just about roller coasters or thrill rides. It's a place where a full-scale zoo meets themed lands, meets historic buildings and family rides which all exist side by side. Every year millions of visitors pass through its gates to ride attractions like Vampire, Dragon's Fury, Mandel's Mayhem, but most of them have no idea just how deep Chessington's history really goes, because hidden behind the roller coasters, animal enclosures and colourful themed lands are stories you'd never expect to find. Stories involving royal connections, abandoned rides, council projects, reused buildings that are centuries old, and clever design tricks that most guests just walk past without ever noticing. So today we're going to take a deep dive into the park's past, from its origins as an elite private zoo to lost attractions still hiding in plain sight. Here are 12 facts you probably didn't know about Chessington World of Adventures. Yes, that's right, long before Chessington became a theme park, it began life as Chessington Zoo, which officially opened in 1931. The zoo was founded by Reginald Goddard, and it wasn't intended to be a loud, a commercial attraction like a modern zoo. Instead, it was designed to feel refined, exclusive and elegant, very much aimed at wealthy Londoners and upper-class families. The grounds were carefully landscaped with ornamental gardens, scenic lakes and walking paths that felt like you were walking through a country estate more than a zoo. Visitors could stroll through manicured lawns, enjoy picnics and view exotic animals in surroundings that felt calm and sophisticated. What's even more impressive is that Chessington Zoo managed to survive World War II, despite heavy bombings across London and the surrounding areas. While many attractions shut down entirely, the zoo remained operational, protecting both its animals and its historic grounds. It wouldn't be until 1987 that the site would fully transform into a theme park, when the two source groups saw the potential to combine rides, animals and storytelling, creating the Chessington we recognise today. The brand new land planned for 2027 might feel like a bold new chapter for Chessington, but the land it occupies has gone through several dramatic changes and reinventions. Most recently, the area was known as Wild Asia, a jungle-themed land featuring attractions like bumper cars and the Zamperla disco ride. While colourful and energetic, it was one of the quieter areas of the park in its latter years. Before that, the space was used as Beano Land, a brightly coloured children's-themed land around Dennis the Menace. It was a playful, chaotic and unmistakably 90s designed specific area for younger guests. Each vision of this land reflects a shift in Chessington's priorities, from older kids to families to preschool audiences, showing how the park consistently adapts to new generations. One of Chessington's most iconic and ambitious attractions was the Safari Skyway. This elevated monorail system carried guests high above the zoo, offering a unique, almost aerial view of the animal enclosures below. At a time when most theme parks separated rides and animals, Chessington deliberately merged the two. Although the Safari Skyway closed many years ago, it never truly disappeared. If you look carefully around the park today, you can still spot sections of the original concrete track weaving through trees and behind buildings, silent reminders of a ride that once defined Chessington's identity. It's one of the clearest examples of how a park originally prioritised observation and immersion rather than thrills. Long before Chessington became known for animals or roller coasters, the land Chessington sits on today was served as a much simpler purpose. In the 17th century, the site was home to an alehouse, catering to travellers and local residents moving between nearby settlements. Over time, the land evolved into farmland, and it's believed the original farmstead was rebuilt on a larger scale during the 18th or 19th century. This means that when you walk through Chessington today, you're standing on land that's actually been actively used for over 300 years, long before entertainment was ever part of the plan for the place. The PAW Patrol land opening this year is probably going to be the park's most popular area for young children, but it replaced a very different kind of attraction. Before PAW Patrol, this space was home to Scorpion Express, a roller coaster that went through multiple rethemes during its lifetime, as well as a petting zoo for younger children that featured goats and sheep. Originally opened as the Runaway Mine Train, the ride evolved with the park, receiving new storylines and visuals as Chessington's audience changed, but the petting zoo always remained the same. Eventually, both the petting zoo and the coaster were removed entirely due to a fire that took place on the ride itself, making way for a preschool-focused land, marking a clear shift in Chessington's long-term strategy towards family and younger children. Mostly everyone knows that Room on the Broom was once Hocus Pocus Hall, but did you know both were housed inside of a building with a much longer history than guests might realise? The attraction is located inside the burnt Stubb Mansion, a historic structure that existed decades before Chessington became a theme park. Rather than demolishing it, the park chose to preserve and repurpose the building, blending modern ride systems and storytelling with real historic architecture. It's a subtle detail, but it perfectly represents Chessington's approach, respecting its past while building something new within it or in its place. Despite Chessington's rides and themed lands, Chessington is still very much a zoo at heart. Today, Chessington Zoo is home to over 1,000 animals, including mammals like rhinos, giraffes and zebras, birds, reptiles, amphibians, marine life and primates such as gorillas, spider monkeys and squirrel monkeys. Animal conservation, education and welfare remain core to the park's identity, directly linking modern Chessington back to its 1930s origins. It's one of the few UK attractions where roller coasters and real wildlife genuinely coexist together. The next secret at Chessington is a blink and you'll miss it. Next time you queue for Toon Blaster, slow down and look closely. Near the fast track merge point of the ride, you'll find sketches and drawings depicting the ride show scenes. They are well themed in, but they sit on top of some crates just before the stairs up towards the station. These sketches are really nice added detail to the ride and reward guests for looking deeper into the theming around them. Most guests walk straight past them without ever noticing them. When Chessington officially opened as a theme park in 1987, it launched with several rides that would become fan favourites quite quickly. These included Dragon Falls, Safari Skyway and Toadie's Crazy Cars. These attractions set the tone from day one, positioning Chessington as a family-first park, focused on accessibility rather than extreme feels. Amazingly, one of these is still open to this day, and it still operates, connecting modern guests directly with Chessington's very first season. Chessington also shares an unusual piece of history with Thorpe Park. The Flat Ride Samurai, now located at Thorpe Park, originally operated at Chessington. Eventually the two parks effectively swapped the rides, ensuring each attraction better matched its audience of thrill seekers at Thorpe Park and families at Chessington. It's a rare example of theme parks directly collaborating behind the scenes to match their own guest experiences. Chessington is known for quietly honouring its past, and some of the best examples are subtle nods to attractions that are no longer at the park. In the dark woods area of the park, there are subtle tombstones featuring Professor Burp, a clear callback to the former Bubbleworks ride where the character originally appeared. There are also several hidden references to the fifth dimension inside Toon Blaster's show building. These are small details and easy to miss, but they serve as a respectful tribute to one of Chessington's most iconic classic attractions, rewarding long-time fans who know where to look. The building located near the sea lines has had a very different role over the past. It was once home to the collection of insects and reptiles including spiders, snakes, frogs and lizards, giving guests a closer look at some of the zoo's smaller and creepier residents. On top of that, the same building was operating as a scare maze known as Creepy Caves, adding an unexpected horror element to the area during special events. This makes it one of the park's most versatile buildings, having served both educational and scare-focused purposes over the years. And that brings us to the end of the video, and that's 12 things you probably didn't know about Chessington World of Adventures. From forgotten rides and hidden tombstones, to old buildings with surprising pasts and subtle nods to attractions long gone. Chessington is packed with history hiding right underneath your nose. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like and subscribe for more theme park and zoo content, and tell me in the comments which one surprised you the most, or which attraction you'd love to see return someday. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.